This is Ryan and Michelle, and welcome to the Celebrate MarriageCast, where we hope to restore and reclaim godly marriages through honest and real conversations.
Welcome to episode 37. Here we are in summer mode.
Summer.
I love summer.
I love summer too.
Not technically summer until, June 21st? But we're getting there.
Yeah, it's such a... I don't know if you live, we live in South Dakota, and it's like this
It's cold here.
enduring, I don't know, however many months winter is.
I mean, I don't want to say like enduring. We don't just like survive, but we do really look forward to summer.
We do. Yep, exactly.
It's pretty cold.
Yeah, it does get pretty cold, and the wind blows here, which is really awesome.
I think the wind is probably what makes it feel super cold.
Yeah.
But we want to give you something really fun today. It's just Ryan and I here, and we have a treat for you. We have done several things like this before, Ryan. We gave our listeners ideas for Christmas gift ideas. We gave you guys ideas for Valentine's. That was one of my favorite shows, the anti-Valentine's. Today, we want to give you a list of ideas for your best summer. And these are tried and true O'Connor household ideas.
Yeah.
And we think that they're going to be really great for your family too. Whether you are a married couple, a dating couple, you have a family, you can apply these for whatever stage you're in.
Absolutely.
Retired, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I think, Michelle, it really comes down to this centralized topic of being intentional.
Yeah.
And that's something that we kind of determine that, man, if you're not intentional with your time, with your relationships, with anything, it just goes.
Yeah. I don't know what I was looking at the other day, but I thought something had happened like a year ago. And then I realized, I looked at the date or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, that actually was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I do that too.
It's like a time warp, right? If we're not intentional like that.
Yeah, just like that.
The summer will be gone.
That happens all the time. I'm just like, hey, you know what happened the other day? Yeah, the other day was actually like 6 months, a year ago.
Sure.
I do that all the time.
I mean, I think we all can relate to that. Or when you look at memories on your phone, photos, whatever, you think that things were, not that long ago. But time has a way of doing that. So being intentional.
Absolutely. So we really want to dive in and give you some tips, some tricks for your summer to make this intentional.
Yep.
And to make it, as you said, your best summer that you can.
Best summer. So I think really, Ryan, to set the stage for it is going through kind of the who, the what, the why, the where, the when. We're going to walk you through it, and we have a fun name for it. And I don't want to say we invented this, but I feel like maybe we did, because we've been doing this for maybe creeping up on 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen this around the internet recently, but I do want to say we have a lot of experience with this thing that we're going to share, and we really think you're going to love it. So first, intentionality, that really I think is the why, because we are to treasure every day, right? Every day is a gift.
Yeah.
And we only have so much time. You are not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. If God willing, we have that. We want to be good stewards of our time, and also that of our parenting role, of our spouse role, not taking that for granted. I think there have been so many things in both of our lives where that is just reminded to us again and again and again. If you've been listening for a little while, I lost my dad just like that when I was a teenager. There was no warning. Ryan lost spouse early in your marriage. Recently, my mom's been diagnosed with some stuff. We don't know what that looks like. It's stage 4. It's serious. Yeah. We don't know. We're not guaranteed. But what we can do is take every day as an opportunity. Even today, Ryan, you know what happened to me today? I was in a car accident today, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago now, and here we are. But it could have been worse, right? We're never guaranteed. So that really is the why, is really taking stewardship of your time, of your resources, of the gift of parenting your children, of being a great spouse, and really setting out to be intentional, like Ryan said.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a pretty good why.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add to that?
No, I
Ryan?
mean, I think that you hit it right on, is that we're not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed the next hour.
Yeah.
And so really to focus, and part of it's, summer is just, I think, a great reset of even as you look at analogies of seasons, and like we're just coming out of winter. We kind of have a short spring.
We're coming out of spring, but maybe it feels like winter to you.
But with that being said, of just really taking stock of your life and looking at the things and the people that really matter.
Yeah.
And spending your time there.
Yeah, that's great. So we're going to guide you through that. And here's what we call it. We call it our summer bucket list. And there are a lot of ways to do this, but basically, broad strokes here, here's what it is. It's a dream list that we come up with for the summer that is a very, I guess it's kind of a democratic process in our house, in that we allow every member of the family to have votes. And when we'll read you some of ours. And actually, here, Ryan, I have one all the way back from some of the older ones I can't find. I'm sure they're in a scrapbook somewhere or something, but I have one from 2019. So our son would have been 4, and he got to contribute. Our daughter, who was in probably just starting high school at the time, maybe middle school, she got to contribute. Mom and dad, we all contributed. And you can either pick, let's say you give everyone, hey, for sure you get 3 things added to the list. Or maybe you vote as a family what that final list looks like. For one of the years, we let everyone add 5 things to the list. So we had a summer bucket list of really fun things, kind of subjectively, what each family member thought would be a really fun thing to do throughout the summer. And they all got to put 5 things on the list. But we're going to walk through a little more of some of the strategy for it. But just to give you a little bit of a preview of what our list looked like on that particular summer. So and I'll actually show, if you're watching, I'll show you this list. We have stars on it. There are a couple of stars that never got shaded in, but we did a pretty good job. We have 5, 10, 15 things got done out of 20. So pretty good. One of them that our son put was play outside. You guys, if you're a parent, I feel like this should warm your heart and also speak to the value of quality time.
Yeah.
Thomas, what do you want to do this summer? I want to play outside with my family. And he knew we were going to do this as a family.
Yeah.
What else did he put? Play a game. Play toys with my family. Here's this 4th one he put. Drink chocolate milk with my family. We accomplished that on July 3rd, 2019. You guys, the O'Connor family drank chocolate milk as a family on July 3rd, 2019.
Yeah.
And we have that starred on our bucket list. Little boy was happy. And then he said he wanted to watch Lego Movie with my family. We did that June 23rd, 2019. So those are some of the things that he put on. Our daughter, she had said visit somewhere out of state. We went big that year. That was a Florida year for us. I think we went to Disney. Ironically, we did that before the world shut down. So glad we got that in the summer before. She had put get a dog on the list with a smiley face. We actually did get a dog during the pandemic, but not that summer.
Right.
She had put, and I think we told her that was not going to happen.
Right.
We said, you can put it on the list. That's not going to happen. You, as parents, you get the veto. You can overrule things.
Right.
Have a movie marathon. And it looks like we did that for the Toy Story, what's it called? Toy Story, not Saga. Is there Saga?
Yeah.
The Toy Story.
Is there 4? I think there's 4.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys did that. We did that July 21st. Come up with a new food recipe and see an exotic animal. And we have noted that we saw a weird bird in Orlando outside of a burger shop. And we checked that off of our list on July 28th of 2019. Yeah. So those are some examples of things that ended up on our list, 2019. Yeah. But Ryan, let's talk about, let's kind of group this. So we've talked about the why. Let's talk about some of the first things that as you're brainstorming and just let the ideas flow. I think what and where are 2 big areas to consider. Mm-hmm. You want to walk us through that? What and where?
Yeah, I mean, I think the what is obviously like, as Michelle said, you can do this however you want with any number of things. There's 4 of us in our family. Maybe it's you all get 5 picks or something like that. So it's really being open, as if you have a toddler and they want to drink chocolate milk, cool, put that on the list because that's a big deal to them.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty a big key to this is that if you have kids or your spouse of being open to this idea of saying, okay, sure. I mean, let's put it on the list.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I think, and I don't know what year this was. See, I grew up in a small town. With small town comes certain things that people from a bigger city
oh my gosh,
aren't aware of. What happens?
That may have been the catalyst for our summer bucket list. I think that was.
Yeah.
We need to share it now.
So, growing up in a small town, there's a couple of things, especially if you're in the Midwest, that I was very fortunate to introduce Michelle to.
I grew up in the Midwest too, but in a larger city.
Right. So there's two things on my mind, and I think these were alternate years, but I don't remember for sure. One was a tractor pull. If you've never been to a tractor pull, I would recommend you going. It's pretty fun.
I didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah.
Like, are we towing tractors to the shop, or what are we doing here?
Yeah. If you don't know what it is, it's awesome. You should check it out. The other one that was super awesome, I think this was the first year.
I think so too.
Was a demolition derby.
Yeah.
If you've never been, also, you need to go. These are small town things that are just really fun that I grew up with. But here's what it was.
It was good on many levels. Like,
yes,
watching people watching, just being in the experience of it all. People got really excited about it. The food, the fair, there's usually it's during the middle of like a county fair or something.
Yep. Yeah.
Many levels.
Maybe it's too soon, but it's a lot of cars crashing into each other.
Oh, I see.
Sorry about that.
Because of my day, it's fine.
But
thanks for your sensitivity on that, though, Brian.
Yeah. But the what is really important because it's something that not necessarily it's not like, I'll just be honest, it's not like the coolest thing ever, but it's something that I grew up with, and it was a memory.
Right.
And I was able to share that with Michelle and with our children, of just something from my childhood that they got to experience. So I mean, I think it's super, the key to that is to being open. To being open to different experiences.
And I think too, what it allows is everyone has their own wirings or passions, stuff like that. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get the whole family to agree on it. But if you're given that opportunity to add it and contribute to this family list, for whatever reason, I feel like summer is not complete without a trip to the pool, a family trip to the pool. Ryan absolutely despises it. You feel like it's strange. It's just, you don't really prefer to be, like either in a swimsuit or looking at people in their swimsuits. It's just, I mean, you guys know, right? Water parks I feel like can be just a whole different potluck of different things that you see or don't care to see, all of that. But I feel like the water part is really fun. I like to be in the sun, the water, the rides, those are all fun. So I like to go. I feel like summer is not complete until we do a trip to water park. Yeah. So I put that on my list for the list that I'm looking at. Family evening at the water park. And we did it.
Yeah.
June 30th. Good for us.
All right.
Farmers market. That's something I like to do, but doesn't always get put on there. And I think when you're thinking of the what, it's when you get to the end of the summer and you look back, what do you not want to be sad about not doing? Like when it's August 23rd or whatever, and kids are going back to school, I don't want to be in my living room reflecting back. And oh my gosh, this year we're going to be bringing our daughter to college. So when we get her to college and our son's starting school, I don't want to think, the summer went by and we never did fill in the blank, whether it's a drive-in movie, the bike trails, swimming, the amusement park, the mini golf, all of that stuff that kind of encapsulates summer or builds those memories. I just don't want to regret.
Yeah.
But if you don't have those big, kind of the big stones on your calendar, summer is going to go like that. And it's easy to just let other stuff come up and fill it in.
Yeah,
so it's an opportunity for everyone to pick a what.
Yeah. I mean, and then from there, I think you asked where, like the where.
Yep,
right?
the where. Yep.
It's just where can you do these things?
Yeah.
I mean, part of it's like, so, Michelle, as you were reading on this list, there was go somewhere out of state.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, you don't have to go to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You could go find somewhere really cool. We're in South Dakota. You could find somewhere cool in Iowa to go to, in Nebraska. I mean, it's not something that has to be like extravagant. You don't have to fly somewhere across the world,
Right.
It's finding an adventure and finding where you can do these things.
Yeah.
So like the Demolition Derby, we found a county fair somewhere and we went, the tractor pull, we found a county fair to go see one, so it's finding like, where can you accomplish these things?
And I think too, where geographically have you not been or haven't explored? So road trip on a budget. One time I think it was Father's Day a couple of years ago, I did a little mystery, hey Ryan, pick a direction, north, south, east, west, where do you want to go? And I just Googled cities within 30 to 60 miles north or east or south or west of us, or 30 to 60 minutes in each direction, and then find like what cool thrift shops, what cool ice cream shops, or zoo or park or whatever. And we literally spent the day going from small community to small community, suburb to suburb from around our city. And we just kind of looked at them with fresh eyes. And we went to, I'm trying to think, just some parks. We went to a disc golf course. We just brought a bunch of things, a picnic blanket and some Frisbees and stuff like that in our car. And then we traveled. We kind of had an idea, but it was a great reason to kind of become tourists in our own community.
Yeah.
Look at it with different eyes.
Yeah.
We weren't going there for a particular reason. We just were going there to kind of explore and discover and see it for the first time. Yeah.
I think an important point, Michelle, as we're talking about this, I hear a lot of people like, oh, we can't afford to do these things. Here's what I would say is, Michelle, what you just said, this was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. We still have memories from it. Yeah.
And it was something that maybe was a tank of gas.
Yep.
So like it doesn't have to be, you don't have to spend out, anything on this list. Like we talked about, our son drank chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was important to him and it was a couple bucks, and so like this road trip that we took around our city to different small towns that we'd never been to before, was a tank of gas.
Yeah.
We had a picnic, we had, we did some stuff in parks, we kind of explored. It doesn't have to, as you're making your list and you're going through this, it doesn't have to cost, much of anything.
Right. You could be going to a community and stopping at a little free library and getting a free book. Or like I said, disc golf is free, or playing pickleball in a new city or something, just going on a hike.
Yeah.
Playing at the city park or whatever.
Absolutely.
But, Ryan, the next one is who. So we've talked about the why, being intentional, the what and the where. Those are really going to be preferences. What is on each person's kind of based on their own preferences, letting them all contribute. And then the who. So as you're thinking of your list, don't forget about the people that really make up your life. And I think relationships, we talk about this all the time. Marriages take work. They take intentionality. So do friendships. So who are those people in your life that you have been meaning to see, but you haven't made time? Let's carve out time for that this summer. We have great friends that moved to Minneapolis, and they actually came back for Ella's graduation to help at her party.
Yeah.
It was an amazing gift to us. And just another reminder, wow, they're such good friends that they just continue to be there for us. And that they're there through, the good times and the tough times. We want to make it up to or over wherever to Minneapolis. It's about, 4 hours, 3.5 hours from our city. We want to make it there. Usually, last summer we made it there a couple of times. We did pretty good, but it requires planning because you guys know how it is. You just start, I think what can happen without an intentional bucket list type summer is that you just get swept in whatever direction the wind blows. So, you probably have some sports, you probably have this or that. And as things come up, you might be doing a lot of things, but it might not be intentional. So this is just a really kind of strategic way to work all of that in. So as you're making your list, if there are friends that you need to visit or you've been wanting to visit or, family members that you never see and you're always thinking, gosh, we really should go see Aunt whoever, put it on your list.
Yeah.
Make it a fun adventure of a day trip or a weekend. Yeah. So don't forget the who.
Absolutely.
We have the why, we have the what and the where, the who. The last one is when. You want to talk about that, Ryan?
Yeah, I think this is where if you don't schedule it, it won't happen. I hate to make it as simple as that, but it's so true because it will go so fast. And it will go, there's so many things going on in summer and there's so many things, competing for your time that if you don't schedule these things, it will go and it will never happen. So I would say that this week, sit down with your spouse, with your kids, get out your calendars, start finding dates.
Yeah, I think we shared, I don't know when this was, Ryan, that we shared about our family adventure nights where we would pick a random Tuesday or Thursday and we would all pick things. But that was kind of a variation of this type of intentionality. But with that, we would schedule it in advance. So we knew for a while it was always the same day of the week. And then we had sports and stuff and we had to kind of rotate. But I love that idea of getting out your phone, your calendar app, I like my paper calendar. So getting that out. We do that for a variety of reasons. Our son, Thomas, he likes to see on a calendar too. So we try to write things out for him because then they can look forward to it as well. Your kids can look forward to it. If everyone knows when it is, it really does give you something to be excited about. Mm-hmm. And that's fun about summer too, is having those big boulders on your schedule. And then the other things will fill in. But if you don't have those big things on there, like Ryan said, the summer's going to pass by. Yeah. So that's great. Ryan, let's share a little bit more from our bucket list. Should we? Some old ones?
Yeah.
So you have 2020 over there.
Oh, all right.
What a year. I have 2019. I do want to share, this is really cool. On yours for 2019, you said feed 20 people, backyard barbecue. We did that July 26th of 2019.
Oh, wow.
I think we had all of the interns from our church over for our house.
Yeah.
We just had a huge barbecue. And I had totally forgotten about that until looking at this list.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's a pretty big thing. But I will tell you guys this. I think a lot of people don't host people at their house for a variety of reasons. Self-consciousness, feeling like maybe their house isn't clean or, it's outdated or whatever. Hey, we feel all of those things too. Trust me.
Yeah.
Right now our basement's still torn apart from our, the water in our basement before graduation is still torn apart. You can come up with all the excuses in the world not to host people. We just did it and it was so rich and so good. And I just remember leaving that night like, wow, it was such a great thing. You had said play a round of golf together. We actually did mini golf. Let's see what else here. Take a class together. Oh, you said read the New Testament together as a family. I had a random road trip where we drive north and see what we can find. I put the bike trails on ours and then the farmer's market. We shared Thomas and Ella's. And then, let's see here. Ryan, you said 1 week of no TV, but I don't think we ever intentionally did that. It wasn't marked off, but.
Gotcha.
Okay. Do you want to do 2020? Some of the highlights from that?
Yeah. So we had a beach party.
That was fun.
Which we accomplished.
So what that looks like, just so you guys can have a picture, it's very simple. We have a little wading pool. We got lawn chairs out. I think we made some lemonade type, mocktail, like margaritas, but just the mocktails. We made those. We had music playing, and we sat outside with our kids and had a beach party.
Yeah. Yep. We did have 2020. We must have been limited here. We had a kayak canoe trip, which we did.
Okay.
In the Big Sioux River here in Sioux Falls.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we found a place to rent them.
Yeah. Yep. We went to the beach.
Okay.
That was on here. Camping, which we did. We also had go to Canada, but the border was closed in 2020.
We were going to escape, and then we couldn't.
So, no going to Canada.
Eh.
Eh?
Maybe another time.
Another time, yeah. We had sculpture walk. That seems to make it every year.
I love it. Our city does these art installations and puts them all over downtown. I think other communities do this, but it's just getting out, it's walking, it's moving. It hits so many checklists for me. Yeah. It's the exercise, it's being outside on a great summer night, it's being around other people downtown, it's seeing great art. What's not to love about the sculpture walk?
Right. Yeah, it's great.
That's like a sales pitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go find one near you.
Go find one near you. That's right. Yeah.
Any other gyms on your list?
Had a cooking challenge. I feel like that was on a couple. I don't really even remember what that was, but
I think it was something like we're going to do a French meal or we're going to do Italian, and then different people made different things or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where 21 or 22 went. They might actually, I think they're probably on our phones. We did digital lists for a while. But I have 23. So last summer we did Frisbee golf, made the list again, Saturday, July 8th in Harrisburg. Okay. We're very detailed with our notings. See, this is kind of nice. It's like a little journal. We did the East Bank block party downtown. I remember we brought our dog down there. We did the farmer's market again. We had bowling and roller skating on there. They did not get done. Kayaking did not get done either. Arboretum was on the list. And you guys it's just a spot to aim. A lot of, I don't know, I feel like last year we didn't check a lot off, but we also had a couple of big trips too.
Yeah.
Outdoor swimming, sculpture walk made it again. A Minnesota United football game. That's a professional soccer team over in Minneapolis. We did that in July. Bonfire. We did that. Father's Day. Play basketball, play baseball. We did those. We went downtown to some live music. We watched Fiddles and Friends. I remember that. We had pizza and watched Fiddles and Friends outside downtown and golf. So just some suggestions. It can be whatever you want.
Right.
Find a way to do it. Again, just as a refresher, really think about your why. What do you want the summer to be like? Why are you doing this? Think about what's been on your heart to do. Where have you been meaning to go, but you haven't? Who do you want to see? And then when are you going to do it? So make sure everyone gets a few things on that final list and get ready for a great summer. We think you're going to love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so fun. And I think, again, going back to why is it's all about intentionality. It's all about just focusing on those things, those people that really matter. And just have, as Michelle said, have a great time. I mean, it's so much like I think you will find it to be such a rich summer. If we've been doing this for like 10 years, and every summer we all look forward to this.
Our kids will ask us to do it too. We haven't done it for the year yet. We will this weekend.
Yeah.
I think this might be our 5-minute Friday challenge too.
Yeah.
But our kids ask about it.
Absolutely.
And they look forward to it.
Yeah.
It creates those core memories for them.
Yeah, for sure. There's so many of those core memories that happen, all because of just intentionality.
Right.
And a lot of them don't cost anything. It's memories that are made together.
We would love to know what you put on your bucket list, and we really hope that you do this. And we want to know. Let us know. We have Instagram now, Celebrate MarriageCast on Instagram. You can send us a picture of your bucket list. We would love to see that. That'd be so fun. Or tag us and your family doing your bucket list or your final bucket list. Tag that, and I think that would be amazing.
That'd be really cool.
We would love it.
Love it.
Ryan, should we do our mystery question?
Oh, mystery
to wrap
question.
up the show?
All right. Yeah.
All right. Oh, you do it.
We'll pick a good one. Or I'll pick a good one. Okay.
Chris said there was one in there. He was Pastor Chris, our marriage and family. Oh my gosh, I always want to say therapist. He kind of is like a pastor. He said there's one in here that he's going to take out and save for a counselor because it's really tricky. I hope that he remembered to do that, or else we might be in hot water here.
Yeah, I don't think it's this one.
Okay.
Here we go. Ready?
All right. Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is the romantic in your marriage?
Oh, okay.
I'll let you answer first.
Well, it's you. Ryan is very romantic, you guys. When we were dating, he would write me a card for every holiday, even the random holidays. Arbor Day, I'd get a card. Summer solstice, I'd get a card.
Yeah, they're on the calendar. You know?
Every holiday on the calendar, I would get a card. And I remember we took our engagement photo and we made a giant heart out of all the cards you gave me. And we were like sitting in the middle of the heart. But you are really thoughtful. I feel like in this season, I mean, you don't still give me cards for every holidays, but you are the card writer. So if I have, and sometimes I feel bad because I used to write more and I think it's just busy season, but you do a really great job, Ryan, of if I have a big presentation, when I had the big board meeting and a presentation for my new job, do we tell our listeners I got a job?
Yeah.
A new job? Okay,
so.
Good. Because that was a big thing for a while.
Yeah.
I did get a really great position. So when I had all of that, you wrote me cards and we'll leave them in my car and stuff like that. And then for just different things, you do really thoughtful birthday weeks. Oh my gosh, sometime we should talk about birthday week and the great time that is. You will do something different every night of the week. You'll do a spa night. You'll make a little homemade spa scrub for me to sit in a room on a chair with you'll let me put it on my face and you'll let me read and just kind of serve me, do a foot soak and just play some music so I can have uninterrupted time just to relax and then give me a back massage and just all these really sweet things you're just so good at.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my answer is you.
Yeah, I mean, I think to answer that is just it's something that I set out to just never be that person that doesn't try. You know, that's a big thing to me, and so I've always had that mentality of I'm gonna just try my best, and I'm gonna go above what would be normal.
Yeah.
And just because I mean it's why we're here, because marriage is so important to me, to us.
Yeah.
But it's so important to me of we say this every day, restoring and reclaiming godly marriages. God has drastically changed me, and as a result changed our marriage. And it's something that I want everyone to experience. And so with that, I'm not going to settle for mediocre. I'm gonna give everything I have to go above and beyond what I can.
Yeah, I think we talked a lot today about being intentional, Ryan, and you do that. How you show up in our marriage is very intentional. And I think that leads to being romantic.
Yeah.
You, like you said, you don't just do things average or just go through the motions.
Yeah.
You put thought into it. If you're at the store, if you're at Aldi, you know that I like the dark chocolate sea salt candy bars, you'll pick one up for me.
Yeah.
That's a romantic touch. You'll just do these things. And you inspire me to want to do more of that.
Yeah.
You raised the bar.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michelle.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. We would love to have you follow us on Instagram, our brand new Instagram, Celebrate MarriageCast. We would love to have you follow us, subscribe, leave a review. That is like a golden ticket for us. We would be so honored to have a review. And we have a text line. We'll put that number in the show notes that you can send if you want to submit a mystery question, if you have a question for our marriage and family pastor, anything like that, let us know. Also, resources on celebrate.church/marriage. You can reach us there as well. And for Friday, we're going to do a quick summary and give you an assignment for the weekend that will help you with the summer bucket list assignment. So just kind of a refresher for you to get some how-tos for how to make this again. So Anything else, Ryan?
No.
All right, you guys, we hope you have a great week and we can't wait for it to be the best summer. See ya.